So hello everybody, welcome. And this month is all about Polar Online amendments. And I really want to showcase how quick and easy some of the amendments that you can make yourselves are. There's no need to call us. We've got loads of tools that we're going to talk you through as well. And I just want to show you that this system, whilst maybe it doesn't look the most user-friendly, and I think I can say that, it is really easy to use when you know and love it. So if you don't know me and this is your first Homeworker Happy Hour, I'm Steph Adams. I'm the Training and Engagement Manager at P&O Cruises, and Angie Angeleva is our Training Executive. So thanks of you who are returning again. Last month's was about a demonstration of how to make a booking on Polar Online. And it was lovely to hear so many of you have gone on now to make bookings for your customers on the back of that training. For me, that is a big tick in the box. That's helped you feel confident. So today, some of the changes that I'm going to show you that's really easy to manage your bookings is if your customers come to you and they perhaps have decided they want to change their dining time, they want to change their cabin, their bed configuration, or perhaps they want to add some special requests into their bookings, like adding things to their booking, adding a dietary requirement in. You can be really efficient with this. So give me a thumbs up with the reactions if you feel that that is going to really help you. Once I've done a live demonstration, what I'm going to do is pass on over to Angie, and she's going to talk you through some of the tools that are there to help you. So when you come off the back of this, any of your customers say to you, I want to make some changes or special requests to my booking, you are going to feel confident for this. So I really hope that sounds good. So let's get cracking, shall we? I'm going to share my screen here into Complete Cruise Solutions. So I'm sure you can see that. Angie, please do shout if I am not following the screen along. So when you first log into Complete Cruise Solution, you're going to go to here. You're going to create or modify your booking on Polar Online. Now, before we get into the system, I love to point out how much information is on this system. Because if you scroll down this page here, yes, you're going to click to proceed to log in. But look at this, you're going to get all sorts of amendments that you can make online. And this is a bit of a checklist. So you can see here what can be done on Polar Online and what can be done by a customer on my P&O Cruises, or indeed my Cunard, because we are sister brands that use the same system. Now, look at all of these green ticks. These are all things that you can action on Polar Online yourself. You can amend your cabin type, you can upgrade a booking, you can cancel, but perhaps we don't want to cancel, might want to transfer a booking. You can change the dining time, you can twid a booking, and you can add in middle names or change a date of birth. So there is so much that you can do. So if you do think, can I do that on Polar Online? Then check this little checklist out. You can even download a PDF of that checklist if you want to keep that handy. So let's get into Polar Online. Now, what I should say, in some of those reasons that you can't action on Polar Online is downgrading a cabin. You can't amend a first name or a surname. And you can't amend any booking with flights or packages. But the most popular reasons that our lovely travel agent partners are calling our contact centre is to change that cabin number, to change the bed configuration, or correct a date of birth. So in all of those scenarios, I'm going to show you how. So let's go to manage a booking, and I'm going to say here's one I made earlier. I'm ashamed to say it's not a cake, but it is a lovely booking. So let me get my booking reference. It is XCW T7J, and I'm going to type in my booking reference and I'm going to click search. And you will see here the booking that I've made. Now, first thing I should always show you is you've got your booking reference at the top here. You can see, those of you know me know Britannia's my favourite ship. So of course I've made a booking on Britannia on the 12th of September. You can see here I've chosen cabin A224. I am going on this voyage. And you can see that for my dining status, I have chosen second seating because it's status 2, which means the second seating for 8:30. And I've got a Y there. Yes, I am guaranteed. Second seating, and I requested a table size of 6. But I'm going to change all of them details right now. Now, what I should do is you can see here is I've got my names. I do always need to point out, and when you confirm a booking, you must always make sure your passenger immigration details are up to date. Now, we don't need you to collect at this stage passport details or anything like that. But to ensure your booking is 100% compliant, we must make sure that we have an address, so postal address, an email address, and a telephone number for both passengers. So I'm going to showcase, I've got all of those details, but that would be where you check that information under passenger immigration. Now let's get on to some of the changes that I want to make, shall we? And we are going to go to this screen here, the booking information screen. Now don't worry, I'm going to come back to cancel, or I'm going to come back to our transfer. But down below, you can see here a few amends that I can make to a booking. So on the booking information screen. Now I can see that I have requested second sitting for my dining. I've requested a table size of 6, and I've requested twin beds. I've decided I'd like to change that to a queen bed. So I'm going to click Queen, and I'm going to press Submit. Record has been updated. Easy. What about changing my dining time? Well, that is just as easy. I don't want second sitting anymore. I've decided I don't want to be stuck to any sort of routine on my holiday. I'm going to change my dining time to anytime dining. Now, do remember, anytime dining is available across the fleet, but first and second seating dinings, which are 6:30 and 8:30 in the evening, are available across the fleet, except for our XL class of ship, Iona and Avia. So I'm going to request anytime dining, and I'm going to click Submit again. And my record has been updated. Give me the thumbs up if that's 2 of the most easy amendments that you can make, because I think that is so easy. Yes, and look at all of those thumbs coming up. Now, the other popular thing that we understand is people do get the dates of births incorrect. We understand that. Now, all you need to do is overtype the birth date. So you can see here, passenger 1 is Mrs. Steph. X-Test, that's my demonstration name. And then we've got Mr. Daniel X-Test. Now you can see passenger 1, date of birth is the 10th of April. Actually, my birthday is 30th. So I've just overtyped from the 10th to the 30th of April. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Save. And again, the record has been updated. It's as easy as that. Now, another popular request that we get, so other than changing the bed configuration, we've just changed the dine-in time, we've just changed the date of birth on a booking. The other thing we get is you go back to your friends, or customer goes back to their friends and tell them how fantastic the offers are on P&O Cruises, and we know how great our holidays are, so much included. We talk about holiday like never before. We decide we want to make a booking where our friends can come with us, and we want a TWID a booking. TWID is travel with dining. So if our guests on this booking had gone back to second sitting, for example, want to guarantee that they will dine with their friends, what you can do is create a TWID reference. So when a booking is made, they will just put in a 3-letter code that will link to your booking. So say, for example, Steph and Daniel are going on holiday, but their friends, Mike and Kirsten will come up with those names. They want to come with us. So on this booking, I'm going to create a new TWID, and then it will say record updated. Now, if I scroll down, you can see that my 3-letter TWID code is ABH. So when Mike and Kirsten go to make their booking, they won't need to create a new TWID. You as a lovely booking agent will put in, because this part is the last part of a booking, we'll just put in ABH and the bookings are linked together. So on those traditional dine-in times of the first sitting or second seating, those guests will dine together. How great is that? But of course, I'd already changed my booking from second sitting to anytime. So anytime they can go to the restaurant together. But that's a really handy tip to link those bookings together. Now, I hope this is making sense and you're all with me. Always do give me the thumbs up or pop a comment in the chat. Now, other things on this booking here is about cancelling and transferring a booking. And I'm going to come back to that. We're going to go and add some special requests onto a booking and maybe some gifts. Who doesn't want to treat themselves? So I'm going to click back. And you always get back to this booking confirmation screen. And this is where you can see everything to do with your booking. Now, if you do remember, you will see that my dining status has changed to anytime. And my status there has become 0 and Y. 0 is for open dining, freedom dining, as we like to call it. So when you've got the Y, it means yes. So we amended that. It was just so easy. Let's add some special requests, shall we? Simply click special requests and gifts. It comes up with your passenger names and item recap. We're going to add special request and gift here. Now, what we need to do is we can see here on the left-hand side, we've got 3 lots of special requests: housekeeping, medical, and dietary. And then on the right, we've got the gifts and services. So let's work our way through all of those, shall we? First off, I'm going to go with dietary because it is a really popular reason that you travel agents are calling our contact centre for guests that have perhaps forgotten to let you know they've got an intolerance or an allergy. And you know what? At P&O Cruises, we're really proud that we can cater for so many different intolerances and allergies. So you'll be amazed when you do see how many we can cater for. So we're going to click on dietary request and we're going to click submit. And you'll get used to that submit button when you are seeing Polo online a lot more. Now, what happens is then down the bottom here, you will get a whole list here of descriptions of anything that guests may be allergic to. So they may be allergic to eggs, for example, or milk or peanuts. We can capture all of that. And it is really important at time of booking to ask our guests if they do have any dietary requests, because it really helps us manage our guests on board and make sure that they are fully catered for. Anyone that's a vegetarian or vegan, we absolutely can cater for that, no problem. But let's have a look here. If we say we're allergic to milk, for example, I'm going to click on allergy here of milk on the radio button, and I'm saving and continuing. You see, always with Polar Online, you're moving through the stages. What this does then give us is the passengers 1 and 2. So if I was allergic to milk, I'm going to put in passenger 01 for me, and I'm going to click save. Record has been added. We know when you get that yellow, is it yellow? Orange. The sunlight's behind me. You get that orange mark, you can see that record has been added. So I'm going to go back and say my guest that was travelling with me also had a dietary request. Let's say that they are allergic to peanuts. I'm going to click the radio button. I'm going to save and continue. And instead of passenger 1, I'm going to change that to passenger 2. And I'm going to click save. Record has been added. It is as easy as that to add in a dietary request. So next time you've got customers in front of you, do please remember to ask if they've got any special requirements. Now I'm going to go back. Let's see what other things that we can offer. The last thing I want to point out on dietary, and it's really, really important if you do have children travelling with us, particularly babies. And, you know, at Pinot Cruises, we talk about there's something for everyone, and we can absolutely cater for everyone. And that includes our absolute cute little babies. So this is where, if you've got an infant travelling, you can add on their baby food. Now, we can provide hip organic food jars, and we can provide that as savoury and dessert flavours. And we can also provide the SMA Progress milk. You just simply add it on the same way that I added on the dietary request of allergic to milk or allergic to peanuts. Now, what I should say is if you've got any infants travelling, we can puree and mash adult food from the main dining restaurants. So we do advise that any parents with an infant do go and speak to the restaurant manager, and they will cater for those infants throughout the holiday. But it's really important that if you've got an infant travelling, you add on the baby food and the milk. If the baby food's not on the booking, guests will not receive the baby request order form. So this generates an order form for them. And we must stress that this must be done at least 8 weeks prior to departure. Now, I can't add it on because I've got no infant travelling here. But please do remember, any infants travelling, make sure you cater for them as well. We don't hold additional supplies of baby food on board due to the expiry date, so we don't want to have any wastage. So it's really important that you add that on. But how great is that, right? We do talk about something for everyone, and I truly believe that. Next thing we need to ask our customers, alongside dietary, is if they do have any medical or mobility or accessibility requirements. And that is really, really important to us. We have to manage our guests that are on board, and we need to safely manage their needs. So anyone that's got disability or care requirements. Now, if you were on last month's Homeworker Happy Hour, you will have heard me talk about the importance of adding on assistance to a booking. And that's for guests that perhaps have limited mobility. We need to add on an evacuation chair and or one-to-one assistance. Now, it is in the unlikely event of an emergency, but during the booking stage, if your guest does have medical or mobility requirements, you add that on. An evacuation chair is a mandatory requirement for anyone travelling with us in a wheelchair or bringing a mobility scooter. One-to-one assistance is to guide and steady someone on the stairs that's perhaps not confident to do that themselves. And that's really recommended, even if a guest is bringing a carer. Now, you will have seen me add that on the booking. Now, if you didn't catch up with us last month, go back and watch that how to make a booking, all those how-to guides to show you how to add that assistance on. Because at this stage, you cannot add the assistance on. But what you can do is ensure that your customers complete an onboard needs questionnaire. And it's really important that you encourage anyone with any onboard needs to complete this questionnaire. So we get a medical request and we press submit. And then we scroll down to the bottom. And hey, presto, the same way that we added the milk on, the allergy to milk, or added the peanut allergy on, we request an onboard needs questionnaire. Now, we checked that we had immigration details and an email address for that guest when we first logged into the booking. What this does is by clicking to say you want to request your onboard needs, it sends a link to your customer and they will go on My P&O Cruises and complete the questionnaire. And it's all about being safe. We want our guests to holiday like never before, but we do need to know what onboard needs they have. So thumbs up if that makes sense. And all we're going to do is add that on by saving and continuing. We are going to add that passenger 1 needs that, and we're going to save it. The record's been added, a link has been sent to the customer, and they will log in to My P&O Cruises. So easy. Let's have a look at housekeeping, shall we? I always think this is fantastic what we can offer for housekeeping. So we get a housekeeping request and we press submit. And we scroll down to the bottom. And you can request extra pillows, blankets. This is where also, if you're traveling with an infant, you can request a sterilizer, a bottle warmer, or a baby bath too. So that's fantastic, isn't it? We'll request some extra pillows, save and continue. And for this one, we'll say that Daniel's the fussy one. We'll go 02, save, record added, and we're back. So easy. So that's everything on special requests. I just want to point out this column on the right-hand side, which is all about the gifts and services. Now, who doesn't love getting flowers or a lovely bottle of champers to toast the sail away? If you want to buy your customer a gift, or indeed another customer wants to buy their significant other, for example, a gift on sail away, they can absolutely do that through you. You just need to add their credit card details. Now, what I should say is if there is a surprise gift going to be added to a booking, you will need to call our contact centre for that. So you don't want any receipt emailed to anybody. So if it's a surprise, do it through there. But there are a number of gifts that you can add on here. So, for example, I love some flowers. Who doesn't? Tulips are my favourite for this time of year. It's lovely, isn't it? Now the spring is coming. I've clicked on the radio button, flowers. And do you know what? I'm going to send myself a dozen red roses. Why not? So I'm going to click the radio button. I'm going to save and continue, just as I did before. I'm going to say it's for passenger 1. Now, the only difference here is you will put in who you're going to send it to. I'm going to send it to me. And I'm going to send it from me. Why not? Treat yourself. You can add a message in there as well. So if you do want to send it to somebody, you can send to whichever passenger it is from and include a message. Congratulations on your promotion, happy cruising, happy birthday, etc. You can see that the price is £40. So I'm going to save that. She says, my internet's a little slow. Bear with me. And then you will be asked here for credit card details and credit card holder information. No, I'm not going to do that because I don't know if I can claim that back through expenses to get myself on my booking some dozen red roses. but you just simply add in your card number, expiry date, and then the card holder information. So how lovely is that to add a gift to a booking? Right, I hope you're all still with me. There's so much this system can do, right? So easy. Now I'm just continuing to go back and back each time, and I love the love hearts coming through. Thank you. Now, when you go back, you can see here, now look, we have got quite a few requests on our booking there. We've got an allergy to milk, allergy to peanuts. We've requested our onboard needs questionnaire, extra pillows, and a dozen red roses. So I'm going to continue back, and you get straight back to your booking confirmation screen. So easy. What I'm now going to show you is some other changes you can make to your booking, transfer and cancellation. But I do just want to tackle the changing the cabin number. Now, the easiest way to change a cabin number, and it's just checking whether you get it in the same grade, is go onto Polar Online, not as part of this booking. Go as if you're going to make a booking. Go to the PF grade of cabin, go to the cabin selection, and you'll be able to see what cabins are available, because you'll be doing it at a time where it's live. So this booking may have been made a couple of weeks ago, but you want to change that cabin number. So you perform an availability search, just as I did last month. And you can see I've chosen cabin A224. If I go to the pricing screen, and earlier on, I did check what cabins were also available. And where's my notes here? I've decided I want to go to A216. I've got to hope no one's booked that cabin in the last hour that I've made this booking. I'm going to overtype that cabin number, A224 to A216. I'm going to submit. Record updated. It's as easy as that to change a cabin number. That's a cabin number within the same grade. If you want to upgrade, I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. So you see, I'm going to go back. You'll see my cabin number has changed to A216. And we're going to go and upgrade our cabin now, because we've had a change of heart. We think A216 is still a great cabin to go to. I don't want an inside cabin now. I want to go maybe to somewhere else. I want to upgrade. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this booking information screen. And we are going to go to this bit, the rebook or refare. Now, there's the two options this comes up with: change category or transfer sailing. Now, change category is used to upgrade. Now, what I should say is when this is performed for a guest that wants to upgrade, they don't no longer want to be in an inside cabin. Perhaps they want to go up to the next grade of cabin. And on Britannia, that's going to be an obstructed balcony cabin. You can do that, but it will be at the price that the previous, when the booking was made, if that makes sense. So the booking is not going to upgrade at the current fares. It will upgrade to the price that the booking was made. So I'm going to change the category, and I'm going to click rebook. It takes me on to the category fare comparison. Now, what that does is it automatically recognises that the booking I've made is already on the select price, and I chose onboard spending money or onboard credit as my additional option. Now, I'm currently booked on a PF grade and I paid $799. But I want a bit of natural light. I'm going to the Norwegian fjords. I want to wake up in the most beautiful place, Oldham, and I want to do that via a balcony. Now, I know that this grade of balcony here, because I've utilised the cabin grades in our deck plans, I know that that's an obstructed balcony. Now, what I will say is there's so many tools to help you see what a view looks like with an obstructed cabin. I actually had an obstructed balcony cabin on a fjords cruise, and all I got was a little bit of the top of the lifeboats. So I got that outside space, I got that natural light, but I paid a bit cheaper, I paid a bit less than if I had booked a unobstructed cabin. So it's just always having that conversation with your guest. But I can see here, I'm going to go for 999. So I'm going to save and continue. And all you do is go through exactly as you did previous when you're making a booking. So you're going to get all of your erratas that you need to click. And then you can choose your cabin. It is so easy to do that. So 629, does that sound like a good cabin number? We're going to go in the aft part of the ship. So at the back, we're going to go on the starboard side of the ship. And I'm going to choose save and continue. It will show me that my record has been updated. How easy is that? Gives me my next lot of cost of 999. Tells me I've got £85 worth of onboard spending money. So when I go back, oh, I'm going to manage my booking again. It's just timed me out. That's always good on a live demonstration, isn't it? Let me get my booking. XCWT7J. Going to search. What you will see, it should have got me back to this screen, always live, booking confirmation screen. You can see here, my cabin number's changed, G629 rather, in the JE category. Booking reference has stayed the same. Those prices, I paid $799 when I made this booking, but at time of booking, I want to upgrade, go to $999. But let's go back to booking information because we will then tackle transfer or cancellation. Now, to transfer a booking, we have got a few restrictions that it's really worth that you understand what these are. Now, you guests can transfer a sailing, but there are a number of terms and conditions, and you will see the reminder here on this screen. Now, bookings made prior to the 3rd of August 2022, and there will still be a few of those bookings because we are booking a couple of years ahead of ourselves. Anyone that's made a booking prior to that are allowed one further transfer. So they may have had to transfer during COVID times. So we allow them one further transfer, and that was available on the Select or Early Saver. But the transfer must be in accordance with the conditions that are also the same as anybody that's made a booking after the 3rd of August 2022. And that will be the majority of your bookings, but it's just worth noting. Bookings made after the 3rd of August 2022 can only transfer if they're on the Select price. Now, you know and I know that actually there's always two fares in the market. The Select price, where guests choose their cabin, choose their dining, and then can choose onboard spending money, car parking, or coach. There's always a saver option, either an early saver if it's outside of balance due, or a late saver. And they get a cheaper fare, but less options. Now, if anyone wants to transfer their booking after the 3rd of August, it has to be that Select price, that all-round package fare. They can only transfer their booking once. The booking must be of equal or higher value, and it must be transferred outside of balance due date. So we collect our balances at 90 days prior to departure. So you must check that your customer's booking is within balance, it's outside of balance due date. There is a caveat to that bookings must sail within 12 months from the original departure date. But if somebody is cancelling a world cruise or transferring a world cruise or an exotic fly cruise, it has to be done within 6 months of that departure date. So please do make sure you know the terms and conditions if a guest is wanting to transfer a booking. Give me the thumbs up. I felt like I did a lot of talking there. I hope that made sense. So got to be of the same or higher value, must be outside of balance due, and must be of equal or higher value, only transferring once. So let's go and transfer, shall we? I've decided, you know what, Steph, you've been to the fjords 5 or 6 times now. Maybe it's time for a change. So I'm going to transfer my sailing. I'm not going to change the category because that was to upgrade. And I'm going to click rebook. And all it does is take me back to my original search. So I decide I'm going to go a little bit later on in the year. I'm going to overtype that. I'm going to go in October of 25. I'm going to search by date. Still want to go on Britannia. She's my favourite. But instead of the fjords, I'm going to go to the Canary Islands. So you see here, Atlantic Islands. I can see first and second sittings always available. And there looks like good availability on that cruise. I'm going to save and continue. Now, I'm not going to point out absolutely everything on this booking journey because that was all covered in last month's Homeworker Happy Hour. But I am going in to fair comparison. I'm selecting my select price of onboard spending money because I like to use that for my flight of wine in the glass house. Now, we know that this booking I'm transferring is within 12 months of my original cruise date. I know I paid $9.99 per person on my last cruise, so I've got to have it equal or higher value. I fancy going in a balcony. It is 14 nights. The price has gone up to 1,729. I'm going to go for that one because there's a bit more availability. And I'm going to save and continue. I'm happy with my price. I'm going to get £185 worth of onboard spending money. Honestly, we've got such great cruises and prices available at the moment. I've read all of my assistance things that I need. I've read all my erratas. I'm going to choose my cabin, JC G312. Quite like being in the mid. Port side on the left. And I'm going to go save and continue. All of my information is there, giving away my age. I can then do all of my requests. So we'll go anytime. We'll do a queen bed. I'm going to click do not upgrade because I don't want to upgrade because I've chosen my cabin. But do remember, any booking that's made on a guarantee basis, that includes your early savers, it must be open to any upgrade or it will default. And I'm going to click book now. And I need to remember this booking reference. I should have brought a pen with me. I did into this. I make all of these bookings. I'm wishing I'm going on holiday. So you can see here, I've upgraded or I've transferred my booking. I've gone from a 7 to 14 nights. It's within the 12 months of departure. It's a higher cost. And that's it. Any of my deposit that I paid on my first booking has been moved over to this booking here. Easy, right? Give me the thumbs up. Now, the last thing I was going to show you, and we do have to always point this out, is if there are guests that do need to cancel. So perhaps it's not realistic for them to transfer that booking within the next 12 months. They need to cancel their booking. I'm going to show you how, but I must point out a really important thing for you. What you need to do is on this booking confirmation screen, which is the screen you always come to, is scroll down and you get the cancel fee schedule. Now, we know outside of 90 days, outside of balance due date, it's a loss of deposit to cancel. And we know our deposit at the moment is 15%. But once we get into balance due date, because you can see here, 14th of March, 24 is a 15% cancellation fee. That's today. We know our balance will be due on the 19th of July, 2025. 50% becomes available that guests will need to cover. 22nd of August, they'll lose 60%. So when they pay their balance on that 19th of July, from that date, from the 19th of July until the 21st of August, they're going to lose 50% cancellation. Now, unfortunately, on this system, there's no way of working out what that is. You do a manual calculation. Always check that cancellation fee first, because when you go to the booking information screen to cancel a booking, and you're going to see how easy it is to cancel a booking, you must need to make sure the money has been paid on the booking. Don't worry, it says booking deposit has not been met, and that's because I've not paid for my demo bookings. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to put my reason for cancellation, which could be they've changed their mind. There's been, unfortunately, a serious illness or death. They've got a medical issue that they just cannot travel on. I'm just going to say other, and I'm going to cancel booking. Now, there is 2 stages to this. Please reconfirm your cancel option. You have to do that twice. But as you can see, there's nowhere that it prompts you to tell you what the cancellation fee is. So always refer to that cancel screen on the booking information. So I'm going to click cancel, and I'm cancelling that booking. And then you will see that my status on the booking confirmation becomes cancelled. So it's really easy to do. It's just a little bit of calculations for yourselves. So that was everything in this live demonstration I was going to show you. We've changed a dine-in time. We've changed a cabin number. We've upgraded. We've transferred. We've cancelled a booking. We've added flowers on, and you name the number of requests we added on. I hope that you will feel more confident coming out of this to add any of these special requests onto your bookings. Okay, Angie, would you like to take the rest of our lovely travel agents through the tools that are there to help them?
And so we talked about all of those scenarios that Steph demonstrated to you, and I appreciate that it may be a little while until you come across a similar scenario again. So this is just a highlight where you can refer to in the future for any booking amendments and how we can support you moving forward. So when you log on to Shine Rewards Club, head over to the Learning tab, and then you'll see a drop down will appear, and then our how-to guides are available for you to click on. And we do have our Polo Online how-to guides. So these are all of the scenarios that we can think of that you need support with. But we also have our how-to guide specifically for those guests where they need to declare onboard needs and we will need any assistance, so that whether that's one-to-one assistance or an evacuation chair. And if you need any information with regards to that, you can head over to those how-to guides. So for any general Polo Online queries and how we can support you, once you go to the how-to guides, you can make your selection. So this could be anything relating to making a new booking. So if you're new to selling P&O cruises, you need to making a booking. That would be, of course, the section self-explanatory. And then we've got existing booking amendments section as well. Any queries with Polo Online and Access or Shine Rewards Club Access queries, and of course our flight section for any FAQs. So today we talked about those booking amendments, and if you want to watch this on demand, then this webinar will certainly be available. But moving forward, As you can see, the how-to guides have various of scenarios that you can go through. So you could always have it available and open if you know that you've got an admin and loads of queries there. So we're going to look at, as an example, how to add a dietary request. So as you can see, they've got step-by-step highlighted on this guide as to how you can add this request. There's me. I know you can't see me today, but in case you wanted to watch one of our videos, we've got a live demo as well of how you can add that request on Polo Online. Again, showcasing those steps there that you can see, but actually demonstrating it on Polo Online itself on a live booking. So again, this is a reminder for yourselves, if you ever need to go back and watch this specifically for add a dietary request, then you can do that on how-to guides there as well. And we have loads of other scenarios. So some of those that we covered today, for example, how to transfer or cancel a booking. And then how to make changes to those cabin numbers as well. So all of those scenarios on there, and we're constantly updating those. We're constantly adding new how-to guides. So please use those regularly to your advantage to be able to manage those bookings effectively. Because as you can see, there is so much that you can do on Polo Online that you didn't even know. So again, it's very useful tool where you can just go through, refresh your memory, or even give it a go on some of the existing bookings that you have for those guest queries. As you can see there, we had one of the videos demonstrating how you can use Polo Online. These are our short and snappy, it only takes a minute videos, and we like to demonstrate it so you can see for yourselves how easy it is to use Polo Online. So they can be found in our Learn and Earn hub. We have a section called It Only Takes a Minute video. And then you can click on there to access our on-demand videos, which are available throughout the year with those topics that we've created for you, so that you can watch them and learn as you earn. As you can see, lots of different scenarios there as well. One thing that I was going to say as well, when you are on the how-to guides, when you are looking through those, you can submit them, and this is how we can monitor and support you and see, you know, do we need to add anything else? How many of you are using it? So we can support you and update those topics and enhance them moving forward. And then last but not least, we have our web form and ways for you to contact us. So if you have had a go at Polo Online yourself and managing the booking, you've used one of our how-to guides, you also had a look at one of our videos, you're still unsure about your query, then you can contact us using our web form. It's a very efficient and effective way to get through to us without having to call through to a contact centre and our partnership help desk team. Really, really easy to use, really easy to fill in. As you can see there, we just need some information to be able to deal with your query, like a booking reference. And of course, at the bottom there, you can also explain in a few words, giving us as much information as possible, how you would like us to help you to resolve this query. And the great thing about the web form is that that goes straight through to our partnership help desk team, who are experts who deal with those topics day in and day out. Just exactly the same way how we'd normally call through to contact us, and we get back to you via email within 1 working day with your response of this query, which is really, really great.
Fabulous. Thank you, Angie. Some really good tools for us there. So we've come to the end of the webinar, bar a little quiz. Should we have a bit of fun? Because it's been a lot of information to take in. So let's have a bit of fun, shall we? Just pop your answers to these 5 questions in the chat. So for question number 1, to transfer a booking made, of course, after the 3rd of August, guests must be on the select price, but they can only transfer a booking if the new booking is what? We're looking for 2 reasons here. So you can only transfer a booking if your booking is for what? Yes. Oh, so many of you answering. Give it a little bit. Fabulous. Yeah, we are looking for 2 things. It's of higher or the same value or within 12 months of a booking. So well done for all of you getting that correct. Question number 2, name one of the special requests so you can add on Polar Online. And we showed you how much there was to offer on there. We had all sorts on my booking, didn't we? Allergies, we added flowers, or just gave away one of the questions. Question number 3, baby food must be added on to a booking how many weeks prior to sailing? Gosh, I hadn't even finished the question before some of you had answered. That's so good. It is 8 weeks, absolutely. Question number 4, where can you find our handy how-to guides or Let's Talk videos? So where can you find it? It is, of course, on Shine Rewards Club, but we do want you to head to that Learn and Earn hub as well. And the last question, name one thing you cannot amend on Polar Online. So please let us know one thing you cannot amend on Polar Online. Yeah, we said at the start, didn't we? We said you can't downgrade a cabin, you can't change your first name or surname, or perhaps any bookings with flights or packages added on. So that is everything from myself and Angie. I really do hope you found this useful today. Pop in the chat one word that you would use to describe this webinar, if you wouldn't mind. We do find feedback a gift. We will send out a bigger survey just to find out about your confidence levels and find out if we have helped you, because that information is so key for us at P&O Cruises. We're always here to help. There's virtual visits available with myself or Angie. Please book in and we can talk you through any scenarios that you have. We've got no access to bookings, but we can help you with your learning journey with P&O Cruises. So out of today, we hope we've speeded up your efficiency and use of Polar Online and given you the confidence to make those special requests or transfers. So I will let you go. Please do look out for your feedback survey later on. Have a very happy rest of your day. And thanks so much for joining us. We will be back very soon. So anything you'd like to say, Angie?
No, just really thank you to everyone that dedicated the time to come and join us today. And fingers crossed you're now pro at making booking amendments on Polar Online.
Exactly. Well said. So thanks ever so much, everybody. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye-bye.